Assassin's Creed Valhalla will be coming out late 2020 with the Ubisoft Montreal team that's developing this entry of the Assassin's Creed franchise. At this time, we do not really know any specifics and details of the story, only mere speculation, just that Eivor will eventually meet up with the assassins at one point in the narrative. This video is my personal speculations and theories on how Valhalla can direct this story of Eivor and its inclusion with the assassins. We already know that Eivor will be in contact with the assassins at some point in the story. It might be a bit later, but it was confirmed by the narrative director Darby McDevitt in the trailer breakdown of Valhalla. At least we won't be getting an Odyssey this time around. I have two branching theories of how Eivor meets up with the assassins in this story. The first being that the assassins are with a Saxon kingdom serving under a king of the four kingdoms of England, where Eivor will side with the king and help him in return for land for a settlement through the means of the assassin order by, let's say, assassinating other kings or Viking raiders. The second theory is that Eivor stays true to his Viking roots, and his enemy is basically all of the Saxon kingdoms of that time, but the assassins are from one of the kingdoms, but they need Eivor's help overthrowing one of the kings that have treated his kingdom badly. For this theory to work, a few things need to be set in place. The Assassins, or Hidden Ones as they are referred to in this age and time, is a group in one of the kingdoms of England that are a kind of special forces for the region's king. Basically, they act in the name of the king. In the official trailer of Valhalla, we can clearly see that Eivor and his clan are hostile towards the Saxons. But this does not mean that the entire story will be Vikings against the forces of England. As we know from history that a lot of Vikings were allied with the Saxons to fight off other Viking raiders. Eivor will become allies with one of the kings in order to get land for his settlement. Because of Eivor's talents and battle tactics, he is enlisted into the king's special force, which is the assassins in this case. The Ancient Ones will have influenced all of England, controlling the kings and the entire country like puppet masters behind the scenes in order to fashion their ideals. I believe that this is shown in the trailer.
To them in a language they will understand.
But the king that Eivor will help is obviously with the assassins. At the beginning of the game, Eivor will be hostile towards this king and the assassins, raiding and pillaging the king's land. Then later at the early to middle stages of the story, he gets offered land in order for peace and his service under the king. Assassins recruit Eivor under their ranks because they see great potential in Eivor. He accepts. Eivor starts his settlement and there is peace for a while, until unrest from Ancient Ones arises throughout England. Throughout the story, Eivor will need to assassinate all the Ancient Ones, whom I guess will be the enemy faction in this game, but they could be called anything else. But for the sake of the video, we will just call them the Ancient Ones. The Ancient Ones will be controlling England, whether they are Saxon kings or Viking raiders. By the end of the story, Eivor will have had a full character arc, from a savage Viking to a more civilized settler. I think this theory can work really well, while staying somewhat historically accurate. I do not think that the assassins will come from Norway to England. I think that the assassins will already be stationed in England in one of the kingdoms, whilst all of the kingdoms are ruled by the Ancient Ones. In this theory, Eivor does not ally with any Saxon king, and he gets other ways to claim his land for his settlement. by means of fighting against the Saxons throughout the story. The Ancient Ones are still manipulating the kingdoms of England. The group of assassins that Eivor will meet shall be Saxon under the rule of a king that mistreats the people of his kingdom. As a result, to the people being abused under harsh leadership, the assassins formed to try to put an end to the Ancient Ones controlling the regions in order to enhance their livelihood. Thus, Eivor works with the assassins to overthrow the Ancient Ones that has rule of the kingdoms of England. Eivor will still follow a story arc from ruthless Viking to a better person under the mentorship of the Assassin Order. These are but a few theories that I have concerning Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Looking at history, I think that my first theory will be more suitable to the story of Eivor, but all of this is just my opinion. I think almost everyone really want to play as an assassin this time around, and not just a random warrior with Assassin's Creed sprinkled somewhere in the story. And with the creators of Black Flag and Origins, arguably some of the best games in the Assassin's Creed franchise, at the helm of this entry, I think that there is truly hope for Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Please tell me what you guys think of these two theories, and I would like to hear anything from you as well.